here we are today. We're going to check out the PWS Mark 116 Mod 2 rifle. This is probably one of those that I have to recuse myself from actually doing the review on because, full disclosure, I am a pro staff for PWS. But this was a chance to try out a bone stock 16-inch rifle. This is their best-selling Mod 2 rifle. It's an evolution of it's the second evolution of their long stroke piston system, which is basically a hybrid of the AR-15 and the AK-47 operating system. There is a one-piece transfer rod and piston that go back and forth with the bolt carrier, so you have a gas-on-gas action or transfer of energy versus a gas block, a piston, a transfer rod hitting a bolt carrier. So where a lot of piston guns have kind of this domino effect of transferring the energy, which is tangible, you can feel, this one is a lot smoother in the way it manages the gas energy, and it translates into a pretty soft recoil impulse when it's dialed in. They also have a few innovative features. We'll try to get this one on this cam. There's a ratcheting castle nut on there, so instead of being staked in place, it actually ratchets down and holds itself in place under its own tension, and then it's easy to get off too if you want to change stocks later when you try to change it on purpose. They also integrated a lot of ambidextrous controls in both the magazine release, or bolt release, and a magazine release on this side, which is what I really like. And then they skeletonized the whole thing up to try and shave some weight off of it. So this is my first time shooting a 16-inch gun. I have the 14s and the 11s, and I've been pretty happy with them so far. It's by far my favorite AR-15 on the market right now, but I'm biased. So what do you guys think?
I really liked this gun. I really liked shooting this gun. I thought there's a certain girth to it that I wasn't expecting. Like I felt like a man. I felt like a man holding this gun. I did have an issue with the chamber of a couple of rounds, and I just think that was probably the gas setting or an ammo situation.
We were trying to play around with the softer gas setting, so I was running it on the naughty setting that we use in competition, and this one's not ready for that. But once we turned it back up to position 1, it was good to go.
Yep. Overall, it was comfortable. I think I didn't have this dialed in originally, and once I think I shot it after you, and I think it was a little short for me, but once I dialed it in to a good length for me, I felt like I shot the weapon quite a bit better. So something to take into consideration. Aside from that, I liked the right and lefts ambidextrous, like you said. I mean, being a lefty and a righty, I think, you know, like my dad's left-handed, so I'm right-handed. I think this would be a good gun for him and I to go shoot together in that capacity. We wouldn't have to worry about, it wouldn't be uncomfortable for him or anybody that I know that's a lefty. So I dug it a ton.
Yeah. Yeah, I love all the stuff that they cram into these PWS guns. I think it's really cool how many additional features you get, you know, from a standard AR-15, and I really like that, especially, you know, at the price point they're doing them. You know, they're not, you know, catastrophically expensive for all the stuff that they put in there. Yeah. You know, a nice trigger, all this ambi stuff, and then the cool little engineering features, you know, like the ratcheting castle nut and stuff like that. So I like these guns. I'm really happy to stock them and sell them. I don't know if it's exactly the gun for me, you know, as far as, you know, a gun I would want to take out into competition and stuff. I did feel like it recoiled a little bit more than I'm used to. But again, there's stuff you can dial in for that's not quite done yet on this gun. It was pretty nice on the lower gas setting, but of course it's not meant to be normally shot like that without a suppressor on it, correct?
Correct, yes.
So, but yeah, I think it's a good bang for the buck.
Absolutely.
You know, but maybe not exactly the gun I would pick out for myself. But that's because I'm mostly interested in a small, specialized subset of, you know,
very much so,
really flat shooting competition guns, that kind of thing.
So I'm going to try to speak to this gun to the best of my ability around what its kind of intended function is, and which is an incredible duty rifle, right? It's you know, and I'll talk a second about, you know, some of the competition stuff. But you know, so we put this up against SIGs, right? And we put this up against maybe high-end Daniel Defense and all that stuff, right? So that 1,800 or so price point, right?
LWRC.
LWRC. And so what you're getting on this gun for the money is tremendous. All the ambidextrous parts, those are, I mean, you're talking $100 to $200 per piece if you went to add it later. And the innovation in both the upper-lower receiver set and their long transfer piston system, the ratcheting, I mean, they're just they do an awful. You're getting just a ton of gun for the money. So if those parts are important to you, they're already here. It's saving you hundreds of dollars. The trigger on this is their new Zev.
Yeah, it was a
trigger.
collaboration with Zev Technologies.
Yeah,
It's
and
designed
so
by PWS.
it is probably the single best duty trigger I've ever used. I would shoot competitively with this. I mean, if this was my first gun,
Best stock duty trigger we've seen in the market.
it's been my. I would argue that. So all of that as just an awesome gun. You put it up against a SIG or something like that. It's very comparable as far as recoil impulse and all that kind of stuff. It's very good in position one, right, in the traditional shooting position. So. If I was going to shoot this in competition, it would require a fair amount of work, and I intend to actually shoot a short one of these. I just received one. I haven't shot it yet, right? The upper receiver, I'm going to play with it. Cause
You just got a 114.
You've had some really good results, so I'm going to give it a try. When we headed in gas setting 2 to begin with, we did have some failures. We were using arms core ammo, and we just, unoiled right out of the box, just slapped it into position 2 and started shooting it. It ran great for a little bit, and then it tanked out a little bit. And again, they don't warranty it to do that, so that's not on them. That's on us. We're
It's just a simple short stroke when that happens.
in that configuration, though, this is one of the softest shooting guns I've ever shot. Yeah, it's incredible. So I look forward to playing with that. But as it stands right now, I'm gonna just try to put it up as a duty rifle, and there is no doubt this thing is just loaded with value at $1,800, $1,900. Plus, they have a $200 rebate this summer.
Yes.
So you could pick one of these up for 16, something in that neighborhood, $1,700 top.
16, 17, something like that.
So I mean, that is a ton of gun for the dough. So and this is a very innovative flash / comp. I mean, everything about this gun's wonderful. I look forward to playing with mine some, seeing how it goes. I'm a little biased because I like the company. That's why I'm trying to really look at it more as like a duty rifle right now and not as a competition piece, because I can't speak intelligently about that. So I'm going to give it a thumbs up. The value is absolutely here, and thumbs up for me.
Yep. Thumbs up, same reason. I think it's a great bang for the buck. There's a lot of cool stuff crammed in there for the price.
Yeah.
Having a SIG AR, this is definitely a thumbs up in that capacity because there's so much more that you get with this gun given the other manufacturers.
Right on.
I'm a big thumbs up too.
Yep.
I sought them out, not the other way around. So
Yeah.
I dig the product first before I was ever sponsored by them, and now I have several.
So 3 thumbs up and 1 qualified thumbs up.